guys, it's Ahmer here, and with the PlayStation 2 having such a massive library, I'm shocked that we do not have more of these games coming back today. They need to have so many more remakes, remasters, and revivals of these awesome series. So today we're going to talk about my top 10 games that I would love to see come back from the PlayStation 2 era. So we'll just jump into it. This game was like revolutionary. I had so much fun with all of my friends playing the SSX Tricky series. Now, all of these games were just so fantastic, but something about this one really stood out. The tricks were bigger, the moves were bigger, just everything was like more awesome. Now, this one, I don't know, it was just a crazy snowboarding game, which all of those sports games were like, you know, all the rage back in the day. But these insane tricks, these different tracks, the characters themselves, especially Eddie, he was definitely my favorite. I love how you could explore different levels to find different shortcuts, and the music really got you pumped up. Even just like the Tricky song that plays, it is just really awesome, and I love how you get to upgrade as you go. But something about these insane, right here it even says uber tricks, you know, just like spinning the board around your neck, you know, just doing the worm up in the air. It was something just so mesmerizing about this as a kid. So I would love to see these games come back. Any of them would be great, but this one was just so fantastic. And then this one right here, I know so many people are going to be with me. We have the Simpsons Hit and Run. This was one of my favorites. I absolutely love the Simpsons, still love them to this day. And I'm just shocked that we don't get more tie-ins with The Simpsons. So this game, there was something about it because it was very similar to GTA. But you had The Simpsons, you had Springfield, and there are so many collectibles in this game. Each level has different characters, and I love how they carried over with the voice actors that they could use in this particular game just to, you know, keep it more immersive. And I love how you're going through and you have all these like crazy one-liners. Now, some people say that it could get, you know, a little bit repetitive, but I don't think so. I felt like everything was great. I love, you know, over 50 mayhem-filled missions. It says actual voiceovers by the Simpsons cast. This was, you know, authentic story by the Simpsons writers. I felt like they stayed true to this game, and this one really stands out. It's a crowd favorite among a lot of people, and we need more. And then this one, we have the suffering and the suffering ties that bind. But where are the rest? This was such a dark story, but the horror was so amazing in this game. I love how I had like so many different monsters that like really creeped me out back in the day. And this one was just a wild time. So this is pretty much a fantastic horror action game. Your character is in jail, and this dark story, it's so compelling. And there's like so many demons that have taken over this prison. So your main character must escape from his cell. Now, they just do a great job because as you're like going through, you're learning a little bit more about the character and why he's particularly in prison for this. But as you're just going through, you see so much creativity with these different monsters, these demons. You see like this dark twists and turns throughout the game. And this was something that if you played with the lights off back in the day, you might have been scared a few times. But I just felt like they did such a great job with this, and I would love to see more of these horror games just come back in today's time. This one right here, so this series, this Maximo Ghost to Glory, they had a few of these games, but these are from some of the original, you know, very difficult games that I can never get past any of the levels. So you had Maximo Ghost to Glory and Maximo Army of Zen. They were both different, but they derived from ghouls and ghosts, or ghosts and goblins, which are so difficult. You get hit once, you lose all your armor, you get hit again, you're dead. So pretty much these games, this one right here in particular, was still pretty challenging. So you have this hack and slash action. I love the look of this game. I love how they like brought everything back, but they made it on the PlayStation 2 era. Like they did a really good job bringing this forward and evolving the series. Now I love the armor in this game, but this one was really tough. And the second one, so the sequel, Army of Zen, that one was a little bit easier, I must say. You got to collect armor pieces and it would refill your life meter. So it wasn't just like 1 or 2 times and you're done. I love how they had extra life bars in that, and you can save your games like anywhere, so you didn't have to do that whole continue option, and the camera was much better. But Maximo 3 was actually canned, so I'm shocked. I would love to see these awesome Capcom games come back to life, just have something, you know, bigger and better, and just see if we can have some of those tough games like back in the day, bring them to the light of day today. Next up, we have Downhill Domination. So this one was pretty insane, and I love this game. I love all of the sports games, all of these like racing style games, but there was something about this, because even though you're just simply going downhill, this was a lot of fun. It felt great. So it moved pretty quick, and it looked like you were going pretty quick. I know sometimes when they have these like fast, you know, quick paced games, they say that you're going 200 and some miles per hour, but you know, you look like you're only going like 3. So this one I felt like was pretty realistic as what you would be doing if you were biking downhill. Definitely looked really quick, and the courses were really great to see too. But this was your perfect couch co-op game, and it was just so much fun. I just absolutely loved it, and you know how everyone's like crashing and just going downhill. Just really a great time. Simple game, yet so much fun. This one right here definitely shaped my childhood. I absolutely love this game. There was something about it that was just so compelling. And me and my brother, we used to play this all the time. You know, they had so much fun in here, and I love how you get to recruit others. So this one is Freedom Fighters. Fantastic game, and I love how there was just so much going on in the story. You know, you had the Soviet invasion, you had these freedom fighters that popped up. There was tons of action in this game, and the voice acting was really great. I felt like it, you know, stood throughout the game. You have these resistance fighters, and you have to rally your troops. So the more that you go through in this game, you could have like a whole army behind you. It's actually really cool to see, you know, how this whole AI works. And I felt like they did a great job because they didn't like get in the way, and you could command them to do certain things. So I thought that that was really cool, and I love the strategy behind that. So I just love using the team. I felt like they really nailed that part. And it was just really cool because as you're going through and recruiting more and more, you get to see, you know, the whole resistance build. But I would love to see more because I felt like it ended when there was just so much going on, and it definitely could have, you know, took it and just kept going. So I would love to see this game come back or something, you know, very similar to it, but this one was just so much fun. Then on to this game. So many people absolutely love Bully, and they wanted so much more out of the series. But this was so fantastic from Rockstar Games, and everyone just loved GTA at this time. So this was really a great franchise that did something, you know, a lot different. So I know that they had this like on the Xbox 360, but we need more of a second game. So this one pretty much had your school setting, and you're going around fighting. You have firecrackers, slingshots, different things like that. And I just felt like Rockstar did a fantastic job. You have this troubled kid, and you just go through and you like really connect with these characters. And I feel like they could make some sort of like college edition or something, you know, after this. But even the mini games were really intriguing as well, because you had these different like arcade styles and this like carnival area. You had different like boxing matches that reminded me of Punch-Out. So there's just so much jam-packed in this game. And I felt like it was just, you know, humorous at the same time. There was just so much going on. And it was really a great game that I would love to see come back and see what they could do with it in today's time. Now on to War of the Monsters. This game is so much fun. If you love some of these monster movies, this is like a classic love letter to all of those monster movies from back in the day. So I just love how they did so much, and you can tell that, you know, they really took pride in this game. So you have these giant monsters that are fighting. There's tons of destruction. It's very fast paced. You have cars, people, and anything can pretty much be a weapon. So I love that about this. And just the attention to detail that they did. You have like the title screen, and you have this whole drive-in movie theater image. But that really ties in with these classic monster movies. And then even the loading screens, those were big, gigantic posters of different monsters. So it really felt like they took every little piece and they just brought it together into this like massive love letter, this like crazy creation of everything that we know about these monster movies, and this one really connected with me, so I had a fantastic time playing it. And then I would love to see all of these Tony Hawk games come back. I know we got Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 remade, but I would love to see 3 and 4, or what about the Underground series, having Underground 1 and 2. These would be fantastic games. They could put these together, they could put these together. These were so much fun back in the day, and I just felt like they really have that opportunity even still to this day to do that. But pretty much Tony Hawk 3 and 4, I absolutely love 3. I felt like the jump from 2 to 3 was fantastic, and there were tons of, tricks that could be grouped together. I just love how that is. And then 4 was just a fun time. Me and my brother would play these games so much, just trying to get better and better, mastering these different tricks and going through the different areas. But something about Underground and Underground 2, that was just crazy. You could get off the board for the first time and you get to follow like your own character on their journey. You have like special appearance as well. So, you have Bam Margera pop up in Tony Hawk Underground 2. It just felt like a wacky, crazy time. But I felt like they could really do so much in these games, and just bringing them back, I would love to see that. Just so many memories, great soundtracks, great times, and every time I hear some of these songs still to this day, I try and think back, which Tony Hawk Pro Skater game was this in? So these would be fantastic to see, and I would absolutely love that. Then on to the last one that I would have to say, for some reason I cannot find my copy, but we have Ape Escape. These were great games. I used to play these over at my friends' houses so much. We all had so much fun playing these games, and I just loved it on the PS1, and then on the PS2, there were quite a few. Now, I know that there is a PlayStation 3 version, but it's not the same. We need an Ape Escape 4. We didn't need a spin-off, like an on-rail shooter. It just didn't feel the same for Ape Escape. But I just love how it was so unique. I love how you had all of these different creative art styles that worked, very well together, and they just looked beautiful. It really stood out. And the gadgets, they did so much better with the gadgets in the second game. Just so much, like, memories with these games. And I just love how, everything turned out so much better in the second and third games on the PS2. I felt like that was at a high point of this series, and I would just love to see them bring it back, do it the right way, not like what they did on the PlayStation 3, so we won't count that, but that would be really awesome to see on some of the newer systems. So I want to know which games you would love to see on the PlayStation 2 era in today's time, on those modern systems. Which ones would you guys love to see come back, have a remaster, a revival, or just bring back some of those awesome memories that we used to have on the PlayStation 2? The library is insanely huge, and there are so many games that just died off. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below, and of course, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead and check out all of my other videos, and stay tuned for more.